Hey guys, it's me here. EHWF, the greatest wrestling group of all time. The president here with some more news. First of all, Kurt Angle replied. If you actually look in the description after this, I'll have exactly what Kurt Angle wrote. Apparently, when he was arrested, he claims that he was not drunk. Interesting thing. He failed the sobriety test, but it doesn't necessarily mean he was drunk. He could have been just under the influence. So technically speaking, he had, in his defense, said that he wasn't drunk. So just because you're under the influence doesn't mean you're drunk. You can still be arrested, go to jail for it, whatever the case may be, but you're not technically drunk. So I think that's what he's getting around with. He didn't say that he wasn't under the influence. What he said is he wasn't drunk. And he is definitely clearing up the fact that he was not passed out on the side of the road drunk, which, I mean, I can't see Kurt doing that anyways. He had apparently hit a patch of ice and stuff like that. But anyways, I mean, that's possible. I don't believe that he would be passed out drunk in his car on the side of the road. That's not Kurt Angle. But anyways, like I said, check the description. There'll be more. The whole flipping thing that he wrote will be there. Next week in TNA, former WWE superstar will be debuting with TNA. There's a few questions I have right off the bat. One, how is he debuting next week on an Impact? That doesn't make any sense because Impact tapings have been done up until the 31st, which, if I know my math correctly, today is the 26th, and the 31st Impact, the March 31st, Impact is already been taped. So unless they're not making this a huge mystery, Impact tapings, usually Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that area, unless he's going to debut and not show it. I mean, the whole world's going to know it when he debuts, but we're not going to see it until the following Thursday, the first Thursday in April, which I think is really weird. So if they're not making this a huge mystery, obviously it's not that big of a name. I mean, that's how I would look at it being. Who is it going to be? I don't know. The only name I heard thrown around was MVP. Last I checked, he was still in Japan. I mean, just because you're signed with NJPW doesn't mean you can't be in TNA as well. We've seen guys doing that. But I don't know. I don't know who the man is. As soon as people know, let me know. Let the rest of the world know. Okada, however you pronounce his name in TNA right now, the Japan wrestler, may not be himself for much longer. He may actually wind up playing Suicide for a few weeks, actually probably for a couple months, because Christopher Daniels has come back as Christopher Daniels to join Fortune to replace AJ Styles while AJ is recuperating, just like I had said, how I predicted. Anyways, so they'll need someone to play Suicide. They don't really want Daniels playing himself and Suicide, because that was the whole reason why he got released the last time, was because he was getting twice the amount of money after he stopped playing Suicide. So he was getting paid for being two wrestlers, so they had to release him, which is understandable, but then they should have re-signed him, which is something they did not do. Hold on, I'm kind of talking here to somebody at the same time. Anyways, so that might be his future. For Destination X, like I said, there was talk about bringing in the six-sided ring just for Destination X at least, and to possibly bring back the X Division escape match. This is all about the X Division this year, and I guess we're seeing it. We're seeing X Division wrestlers, people like Kaz doing the Wave of the Future or the Flux Capacitor, whatever you remember it as being originally. We're seeing stuff like that, so it's quite interesting. If TNA wants to do this right, they need to bring back Elix Skipper and Petey Williams. I know they're both semi-retired at the moment. I think it would be great, even for a one-time thing. I mean, I personally love both those guys. They're great athletes. I think they should bring them in. Hey, wait a minute. Who could that WWE guy be? Could it be Senshi? Has he been his 90 days yet with WWE? Is Senshi making his return? Or maybe it's Lance Hoyt. Lance Hoyt, it's been his 90 days. And people are expecting Hoyt to go back to TNA because Hogan likes the big guys too, like Vince. So that could be interesting. But yeah, bring back Williams and Skipper, at least for Destination X. It's been a rough time for Alex Skipper the past couple of years. A few years ago, his son was shot and killed, as I was the first to report that. It's been rough on him. He was an amazing wrestler, and I think right there that would be a great match. I mean, you could have in that X Division escape match, you could at least have Petey Williams and Alex Skipper in that match. I think right there that'd be good. Like I've said before, if you guys haven't seen the TNA X Division escape match, look it up. It's TNA X-Scape. It was great. They had it at Lockdown years ago. Absolutely amazing match. I think that's mostly the news here. I mean, other than the fact that that Snooki chick from Jersey Faggots apparently is in the process of signing a contract with WWE. It was funny because she was just in TNA. WWE is trying to, they're jumping on the flavor of the month thing. So I guess, we have Jersey Shore to thank for all the metrosexual guys out there in this day and age. Guys wearing scarves and skinny jeans and... Anyways, so if they want to sign Snooki, hey, please offer Robbie E. and Cookie a contract as well. I'd like to see those faggots out of TNA. They don't belong. They're not that talented. I've heard... I should be careful because I heard that Cookie was actually a very talented female wrestler. We just haven't seen it yet. Take Robbie E. He's not anything. Speaking of actual knockouts now, apparently Alyssa Flash, ODB, and Roxy are not in TNA. Apparently it was just a one-time deal. Whether they're under negotiations, I don't know. I know all three of them left upset, pissed off with TNA. I mean, ever since Hogan came in, just wrecked the hell out of the company in so many ways. People do not really want to go back to TNA. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that's all the news I have to recover. So check it. Let me know who the WWE wrestler is that's coming to TNA. I could be Senshi, could be Lance Hoyt, possibly could be MVP, could be Carlito, could be the Boogeyman because he's expected to be coming back as Slither in some company. We don't really know who or where. Those are the only guys I could think of. Yeah, I guess that's it.